Okay, good morning. So today I am in the forest close to where I live, and I wanted to come for a walk, and it was absolutely beautiful so far. So I just wanted to quickly show you what the forest looks like. So you can see all of the amazing autumn leaves that's been falling down. And so the whole time since I've been here this morning, it's like the trees have been performing a beautiful little ritual and they just keep dropping their leaves little bit by little bit. And as I was walking on the ground and I was walking on the leaves, I thought, oh my God, I'm like walking on last year's leaves, right? So I'm literally like, they fall, actually as I'm speaking now, there's like a massive lot dropping from this beautiful old tree in front of me. I think it's a birch tree. And so I was thinking, like, I'm actually walking on last year's leaves, on top of last year's leaves, on top of like all these beautiful, beautiful layers that make up the ground that I'm walking on. And I know last week we spoke about the sock basket and just like bringing that in. And my feedback on that is that it's working. Like putting the socks on the couch is actually getting the whole family involved. So everyone is literally like helping with the socks now. So it's really cool. So we brought the socks into awareness and we're dealing with it, right? And so part of the message that I got as I was walking through the forest this morning was that the leaves fall periodically, right? So they're not constantly. So as I was walking, there's not a constant stream of leaves, but as you can see, there's a shitload of leaves already on the ground, right? But the essence of the message was that I stood next to this little tree and I just shook the branch, and all of a sudden, all of these like leaves fell off. But it was like, no, this isn't right, because I'm forcing the leaves to fall off, right? The leaves fall off and are ready to be seen when they are ready to be seen. They like drop when they are ready. So if you think about it, it's the same as like when we start bringing things into awareness. Like if it's like wanting to come, it's gonna come. Like so many of us are walking around with this, I'm broken, I need to fix myself, this has to be better, all that bullshit. But the thing is, when these things drop and they start floating down, we will notice them, as I noticed all these little single leaves today that were falling down, right? They weren't like forced upon me. They were basically drifting into my awareness. And part of the process of us finding ourselves again and really reconnecting with ourselves is the things that drift into our awareness. Now, the only way I can get stuff to drift into my awareness is basically if I allow myself to create a space for awareness, right? So if I'm every day like go go go, my nervous system is like on hyperdrive, like you're literally like missioning through life, then you never allow anything to drift into your awareness. So like when I'm in the forest, everything's chill, I'm calm, and I can actually notice the stuff that's drifting into my awareness, right? So it's very important to make space to let things drift into our awareness. So when I meditate in the mornings, these days I very consciously meditate with no music. I just sit quiet and I disconnect my energy. I literally see myself disconnecting my energy from everything around me. Like I pull all of my energy into my body. And then what I do is the very first thing that comes into my head is something that I need to look at. So it's almost like my body knows and my mind knows and my awareness knows, my consciousness knows now that this is stuff that needs to drift up. Okay, and then I can sit with it and then I can go, oh, it's interesting, I wonder why this came up. And then I literally start talking about it to myself. I'll be like, well, why is this coming up? How do I feel about it? How does it feel in my body? And I start making notes about it and I start journaling about it and seeing where it leads me. Because if we are not allowing ourselves to follow the threads, we don't get to what we need to see. Okay, so making time just to sit, and this is not a long practice, because to be honest, like I am not one who sits and meditates for hours. Like I don't have the patience, I don't have the time, I've got shit to do right? Like all of us do. And so it's really it's about just making 15-20 minutes to step into awareness, okay? Because the less I am in that go mode, the less I'm in that like hyper beta mode. Like when I start just drifting down just a little bit, and I don't even have to go into deep meditation, it's just when I start calming myself down and like connecting myself back to myself, that's when I start seeing stuff. Okay, that's when I start hearing things, that's when the messages starts coming through. So today it's like really like make some time to allow yourself to start digging into the parts of you that wants to be seen right now. So Friday we are I'm so excited, we're doing full moon, and it's a lunar eclipse, right? So it's literally like we're opening up an eclipse portal. So we're starting on the 19th, and that runs until the solar eclipse on the 4th of December. So this is like the best opportunity ever to go and sit with yourself and to go and check, because it's almost like we're being prepped to decide like what is it that I want to pursue next year. Like what do I feel like doing? We're going into a brand new year. It's got a whole new structure about it. It's got a whole new frequency about it. So what do you fancy bringing into the new year? Okay, and this is your opportunity to go, well, if I'm still dealing with my fear of being seen, for instance, and next year I really want to be seen, let me start digging into this, right? Because you're prepping the ground. Like think what the earth is doing now as well, like here in the northern hemisphere. She's literally prepping the ground for us to go into the new year. She's dropping all the leaves, she's allowing herself to be seen, she's allowing herself to be exposed, like all of these trees around us. And then they basically go into stasis, and they preserve their energy, and they start preparing themselves. And then again in Feb, everything starts like running out, right? Like everything starts happening Feb, March, April, then everything goes into bloom. So this for me feels like it's that period. It's like we're prepping ourselves now. So when we're going into this full moon, we need to be prepping, okay? And if we're in awareness of what the energies are going to do, because there's going to be stuff that comes up, don't be scared of it. Just go freaking look at it. Like most of the shit, you don't have to go into drama about it or make it the biggest thing. It's just like you just need to get into awareness of it. And when you see it, it's just like, oh my goodness, I can start working with this. I can speak to myself about this. I can understand it better. Okay, so it's really exciting. I'm going to be in Glastonbury over the weekend. Well, on Friday for the full moon. So I will be doing a few little transmissions from there for you as well. Because it feels really important. And so just like cut yourself some slack. This is amazing, right? This is like we are really in that space where we can get to make choices that takes us into this new period again. We're so much more able to be in our power, okay? That ability to be back in our power, to own who we are, and to get out of this fear mode, because that is the real important thing. So many of us are still operating in that energy, that adrenal energy. And so you are closing off your own awareness through being in that space, okay? Through not allowing yourself to sit and meditate, go for walks, chill the fuck out, right? And the minute that we get into that space where we allow ourselves space, our awareness just expands, okay? And then things are like, it's like all the magic starts to show itself. Everything that's amazing just starts bubbling up, okay? And this life that feels like it has no purpose for so many of us, there's so much more to all of it, okay? There's so much magic held in everything. And I think one of my best decisions that I've made is to really start spending more time in nature. And this was thanks to my gorgeous singing teacher, who basically lectured me about the beauty of nature and how important it is. And as I saw again today, as I walked in here, I'm like, fuck, this is so cool. And you know, the trees are talking and the energies are amazing in here, and it just really brings us back to ourselves. It brings us back into that space of reconnection with nature and with everything around us. Okay, so that is my my little message to you this week. So allow it all to drift up for you, just like these beautiful leaves that's falling bit by bit by bit. And allow yourself to go look, and allow yourself to ask the questions. My favorite phrase in the world is why. Why? I keep always asking myself why, and why always leads me somewhere. Okay, so have a blessed week, and yeah, happy full moon on Friday as well. Enjoy the portals and the beautiful things that it brings with it, and I'll see you next week.